people who don't come to the table with a supernatural worldview that are Christians, they're not going to want to even entertain this conversation.
Hold up real quick, because Jesus never even says there's Christians. He says there's believers and unbelievers.
Right.
So you either believe what he did and what he said, or you don't.
Right. But there are believers who don't believe in the supernatural worldview.
Believers who don't believe. Make that make sense.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I'm just messing with you.
But for people like us with the show, and you talk about a lot of the stuff the crazy stuff that happened in the Old Testament. You have the supernatural worldview where you read it in the scripture and you believe that it could still happen today, right? But there are some crazy stuff that happened, but it's just really briefly mentioned. I think it's in 1 Kings 18, I think it is. I know it's 18. Elijah, at the very end of the chapter, he has to get to...
Are you talking about when he defeats all the prophets of Baal and he runs super fast?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It literally says that God gave him this strength, and he tucks his robe or something into a sash, and God gave him this strength to run ahead of the chariots.
Yeah.
Like he literally was Captain America. Like you see Captain America running super fast. The God's like, yeah, go ahead.
Imagine this old gray bearded guy just pulling his cloak up and just blowing past everybody.
How old was he when that happened?
I have no idea.
That's a great question.
It says, verse 46, the last verse. Then the Lord gave special strength to Elijah. He tucked his cloak into his belt and ran ahead of Ahab's chariot all the way to the entrance of Jezreel. Like, I had to hear somebody talk about this, because now this is sticking in my head. Whoever was talking about this said that they ran the numbers or something, and they estimate that the distance he ran was about 16 miles.
Wow.
Dude ran 16 miles superhuman speed.
Well, how fast does a chariot go? It's got to be over 20 miles an hour.
How many horses does it have first?
An Olympic runner runs
What's
about
the horsepower on that bad boy?
Oh, man.
Yeah. Can you imagine that though? Like all of a sudden, like you're in these ancient times, and all of a sudden you see Elijah run by you, and this cloud of dust is flying up.